name is Sue Gray. She's a civil servant who oversees the British government's ethics investigations. She's completed an investigation and now a report into the alleged parties held at number 10 Downing Street over the past 2 years. That report expected to be published tomorrow. At the time of the events, the UK government had imposed strict COVID restrictions on gatherings. A damning report could lead to a no-confidence vote in Parliament. That vote could push the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson out of power. Today, London's Metropolitan Police launched its own inquiry into the alleged parties at Downing Street. The chief of police says they're looking at whether those events broke any COVID rules. Today, Boris Johnson said he's open to the police investigation.
I welcome the Met's decision to conduct its own investigation because I believe this will help to give the public the clarity it needs and help to draw a line under matters.
Boris Johnson's troubles do not end there. There's now word of yet another lockdown party, a birthday bash for the Prime Minister himself. ITV News in Britain reports his wife helped organize a surprise get-together for him in June of 2020. At that time, large indoor gatherings were banned. Downing Street says his staff gathered briefly to wish him a happy birthday. They say Johnson was there for less than 10 minutes. Sam Coates joins us from outside number 10 Downing Street. He's the political correspondent for our sister network, Sky News. Sam, Sue Gray has received new information as part of her investigation.
Yes, we at Sky News understand that Sue Gray, the civil servant probing parties in Downing Street in lockdown, has received photographs given to her by Boris Johnson's own officials showing him at events with wine bottles, people gathering close together, which apparently breached the tight COVID lockdown rules that were in place at the time. That's been confirmed to us at Sky News by two sources. It's gone into Sue Gray's report, and we wait in the next few hours and days for the conclusions of that report.
Do we know if this seals the Prime Minister's fate one way or another? Is that how his party is going to assess it?
We know that Sue Gray's report will be one of two or three things that determine whether or not Boris Johnson stays in office. If the conclusions of that report, perhaps not the evidence, which we might not ever see, but the conclusions are so damaging he can't continue in office, he'll be slung out by his own Conservative MPs. Then there's the new revelation today of a police investigation into what went wrong. Did they break the law in the building behind me? If the police find that Boris Johnson personally broke the law, then that could be a tipping point. But the question also is whether there aren't just too many scandals dogging Boris Johnson at the moment. It might just be that Boris Johnson's MPs in Parliament decide that all of this is too much and he has to go before the next election.